Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a report that's all about votes, meetings and board members. It's like high school but with more money and slightly less drama, or maybe more drama, who knows. Before we get started, if you like corporate reports explained in plain English, make sure to subscribe. Also join our Discord community. The link is in the description below for more conversations about this type of stuff. Let's get into the story. Community West Bank Shares had their annual meeting and they voted on some important stuff, so let's find out about it. The annual meeting happened in May of 2025. Over 15 million shares were represented at the meeting, which is about 79% of all the shares that could vote. So lots of people showed up, virtually of course, and voted. The main item on the agenda was electing directors, basically choosing the people who will run the company. These directors will serve until the next annual meeting in 2026. Here is where it gets interesting as we see how the vote went down. This will show what the shareholders actually think. Sid Robert H. Bartline got 13,071,164 for him, with 21,170,54,081. That was a pretty strong show of support. If we scroll down a bit, William S. Smitcamp's results are interesting as it received 12,166 votes for him, with 1,290,068 with a healthy, which is a large number, and the non-votes were the same. It is difficult to tell what it means though. We do not have all the context for it. All the other directors from Suzanne M. Chadwick to Kirk B. Stoves and also got elected. Most received a ton of votes for them and very few votes against them. It looks like the shareholders are happy with the current board. Next up, there was a vote on the Community West Bank Shares 2025 Omnibus Incentive Plan. Basically, this plan is how the company will pay and reward its employees, including the big bosses, with things like stock options and bonuses. All the results were 12,620 and at checkout, one last vote, which is about the company's accounting firm. The shareholders were asked to say yes or no to Moss Adams LLP being the company's independent auditor for 2025. It's like checking if everyone is okay with the person who checks the company's homework. At the results, a whopping 14,826 votes for 1945 abstaining. That's a pretty solid thumbs up for Moss Adams. One I saw this mean all Abbey voted on was executive compensation. This is like shareholders giving their opinion on how much the top executives are getting paid. It's non-binding, so the board doesn't have to listen, but it's a good way to see what the shareholders think. On the vote count was 12,046 for 508,148 against and 654,848 against and 654,666 40-26 for 589,048 against, and abstentions suggests some shareholders aren't thrilled with the current executive payout. Also, what does all this mean? Overall, Community West Bank Shares seems to be in a pretty stable place. The election of directors went smoothly, showing that shareholders are generally on board with the current leadership. The approval of the incentive plan means the company can continue to attract and retain talent, but the opposition vote suggests they might need to tweak the plan to keep everyone happy. The overwhelming support for the accounting firm shows that shareholders trust the company's financial reporting. Also, the pushback on executive compensation is something to watch. It could signal a growing concern about whether the top execs are being paid fairly compared to the company's performance. It may be worth keeping an eye on Community West Bank Shares to see how the compensation of their leaders will affect them in the future. Alright, that's our breakdown of Community West Bank Shares annual meeting votes. What's your take on these results and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Also, don't forget to check out the Discord in the description for more insight. Thanks for watching. See you next time.